The United States has conducted a large-scale military operation in Venezuela, resulting in the capture of President Nicolás Maduro. This action represents a significant escalation of American foreign policy. It is a direct challenge to the established norms of national sovereignty. The event signals a potential shift in the global order, a shift away from diplomatic and economic pressure toward direct military intervention. This is not just a regional event. It is a global one, with implications for the balance of power and the future of international relations. Several factors likely contributed to the timing of this operation. From a strategic perspective, the persistent instability in Venezuela has been a source of concern for Washington for years. The country's economic collapse has fueled a migration crisis, putting pressure on neighboring countries and the United States itself. Economically, Venezuela's vast oil reserves remain a significant prize. With global energy markets in flux, securing a stable and friendly government in Caracas could have a profound impact on oil prices and supply chains. The fatigue from years of sanctions, which have failed to dislodge Maduro, may have also convinced policymakers that a more direct approach was necessary. The operation can be seen as a calculated risk, taken at a moment of perceived opportunity. The capture of a sitting head of state is a powerful statement. It sets a new precedent for regime change, one that goes beyond the proxy wars and covert operations of the past. For America's adversaries, this is a clear message. The United States is willing to use its military might to protect its interests and remove hostile regimes. For its allies, the operation is a demonstration of American resolve, though it may also raise uncomfortable questions about the limits of sovereignty and the potential for unilateral action. The message is clear. The era of non-intervention has its limits, and those limits are defined by American interests. The reaction in Latin America will be mixed and complex. Colombia and Brazil, which have borne the brunt of the Venezuelan migration crisis, may quietly welcome the change in leadership. However, other nations, particularly those with left-leaning governments, will likely condemn the operation. They will call it a violation of international law and a return to the era of American interventionism in the region. Cuba, a longtime ally of Venezuela, will see this as a direct threat to its own security. The risk of fragmentation in the region is high. Countries are being forced to choose between aligning with the United States or resisting its influence. The future of regional bodies like the Organization of American States will be tested as never before. The global implications of this event are far-reaching. Russia and China, both of which have supported the Maduro regime, will see this as a direct challenge to their own influence. Not just in Latin America but beyond. Their response will be a key indicator of the new geopolitical landscape. Iran, another of Maduro's allies, will also be watching closely. It faces its own pressures from the United States. The operation challenges the very concept of sovereignty, a cornerstone of the international system. It raises the question of whether powerful nations have the right to intervene in the affairs of smaller states, and what that means for the future of global governance. This event is not an isolated incident. It is part of a larger shift in global politics, a return to an era of raw power geopolitics. The post-Cold War assumptions of a world governed by international law and multilateral institutions are being challenged. Great power competition is once again the driving force in international relations. In this new era, military strength and economic power are paramount. The Venezuelan operation is a clear indication that the United States is prepared to act decisively to maintain its position as the world's preeminent power. For individuals, investors, and governments, the world after this event is a more uncertain and volatile place. The old rules no longer seem to apply. The future is being written by those who are willing to take decisive action. The key to navigating this new era will be to understand the shifting dynamics of power, and to be prepared for a world in which the unexpected is the new normal. The stability of the past was an illusion. The reality is a world of constant change and competition.